I welcome you one and all for this day 1 session 2. I hope you are all enjoyed the session. It's my bounden duty to welcome our resource person, Professor Shehzad Bandey, Head of the Department of History, Government Degree College, Poonch, Jammu and Kashmir. First of all, thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. We are very eager to know the art of living in Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, Sir is going to present a lecture on art of living in Jammu and Kashmir. On behalf of Arulmigu Palani Andavar Arts College for Women Palani and Government Degree College Poonch, once again I welcome you, sir. Over to the session. Thank you.
Worthy conveners of the program, Dr. N. Vineswari, Principal Arulmegi Palandware Arts College for Women, Palani, Dindgul, Tamil Nadu, India, and Professor Musarraf Hussain Shah, Principal Government Degree College, Poonch, respected organizing secretaries, Dr. Kalaiarasi, Director of Physical Education and Associate NCC Officer, APA College for Women, Palani, Dindgul, Tamil Nadu, India, and Dr. Yogesh Kumar Sharma, Assistant Professor in Philosophy and NCC Program Officer, Government Degree College, Poonch. All the revered listeners and dear students of APA College for Women, Lani, and students of Degree College Poonch, a very good morning to all of you. Today I am before you, although virtually, to give a talk on the topic art of living in Jammu and Kashmir. Although, as you all are aware, that Ladakh is no longer the part of Jammu and Kashmir, but due to our shared past for such a long period of time, I have included Ladakh also in my today's topic, that is art of living in Jammu and Kashmir. Uh, as you all know, that Jammu and Kashmir bask in its stupendous natural beauty. Along with this, it has a unique blend in cultural heritage that it has inherited from its past. As land of Sufis and saints, it has a strong influence of communal harmony ingrained in its social fabric. The state has varied topography and geographical conditions. With these variations, the culture of Jammu and Kashmir also changes dramatically in different regions. Its multifaceted culture embarks upon different ethical societies flourishing here since ancient times. Jammu and Kashmir truly displays the spirit of coexistence for every community and imbibed their culture into its mainstream. Even historically, Jammu and Kashmir has been a seat for learning for various cultural entities around the Central and South Asia. Its exemplary tradition are colorful and vibrant. Kashmir have been reinvented with each age excel in their form. Today, this state is not only visited for its scenic beauty, but also for distinctive culture that chain with its three regions, that is Jammu, Kashmir Valley, and that is now it's not our part, that is Ladakh. If we will talk about the people of Jammu and Kashmir, despite their different origins and traditions, people in Jammu and Kashmir are bound by their common string of unity and cultural cohesion. They are warm and humble. Perhaps this is the reason that tourists just love to visit this place again and again. The ethical groups in Jammu and Kashmir are mostly divided according to their roots and geographical existence. If we will talk of Jammu region, in Jammu region, Dogra culture has a strong foothold. It has striking resemblance to culture of Punjab on one hand and Himachal Pradesh on the other. Both are the bordering districts of Jammu region. They led their lives, the second most common ethical community uh, in this region is of Gujars and Bakarwals. Uh, Gujars and Bakarwals, they led their lives as nomadic. Then there are Gadis from Chamba in Himachal. They belong to the community of herdsmen. Also in Jammu region as well as areas bordering with the Kashmir, Bakarwal community resides in large numbers. There are also nomadic groups flocking with their goats and sheep across the Himalayas. If we will talk of Kashmir region, this region is predominantly inhabited by Kashmiri Muslims and Kashmiri Pandits. This region has the greatest impact of history on its ethical existence. Various dynasties ruled over the valley and left behind their own cultural heritage to be followed. As such, religious entities were also largely affected by these invasions. Hence, Kashmir Valley has a varied culture marked by its folk arts and enchanting handicrafts. Uh, then, if we will talk about music in Jammu and Kashmir, In Jammu region as well as in Kashmir region, music is largely influenced by Sufiana Kalam. It is the genre of music that flourished here under the Muslim rulers. Music in this state is quite varied due to influence of Central, South and East Asia. However, there are slight variations with geographical distances. In Jammu region, there is a clear impact of northern Indian music, while in Ladakh it is inspired from Tibetan style of music. If we talk of Kashmir Valley, Central Asian music holds significant position. And about the types of music in Jammu and Kashmir, in composition of Kashmiri music, you can feel the influence of its cultural diversity, musical instruments, tones, and scales of Central Asia enrich this genre of music. The folk artists of this state perform many types of music that include number one is Chakri. This folk music of Jammu and Kashmir spreads the message of love. It is played with instruments like harmonium, sarandi, naut and rubab. It is mostly played during weddings in the state. It ends with a Rauf. Although Rauf is the name given to a dance form in Kashmir, but here the fast ending notes of Chakri are also called a Rauf. The next folk music of Kashmir is Ladisha. A Ladisha is a sarcastic and humorous form of music in Jammu and Kashmir. It targets the political and social issues in a cynical tone during the harvesting period of state. Singers of Ladisha move from one village to another singing about their local issues. They are quite interesting to listen with their rustic tones. The next form of folk music is Sufiana Kalam. This is probably the most notable form of music in Jammu and Kashmir. It is believed to have propagated here in the 15th century. Hafiz Nagma is a dance form based on Sufiana Kalam. It includes instruments like santoor, tabla, harmonium, saz, and wasool. The next form of folk music is known as one wun. It is a classical form of music for Kashmiri Pandits. They sing it mostly on the religious and festive occasions. And if we will talk about musical instruments in Jammu and Kashmir, then Santoor is the most significant musical instrument in the state. It is a 100 strings instrument which plays melodious tones. The famous Santoor players like Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma and Bhajan Sapuri hails from this state. Other musical instruments commonly played here are rabab, dukra, sitar, and nagara, surna, and daman. The two, surna and daman, are the musical instruments played in Ladakh region. And if we will talk about the classical music in Jammu and Kashmir, the classical music in Jammu and Kashmir has old age a relation with Kashmiri culture. Ragas known as mukams in Kashmiri music are inspired largely from Persian music. Main mukams common in the music of Jammu and Kashmir are mukam Naba, mukam Singha, and mukam Duga. This shows the impact of Iranian music our Kashmir culture. However, Ladakh region is influenced by Tibetan music that includes Sanskrit and Tibetan chants. Now we will move towards the dances in Jammu and Kashmir. We have several forms of dances here, and I will try to discuss most of them briefly. Uh, Dance is another peculiar feature of culture of Jammu and Kashmir. Dance rejuvenates here the people and is the perfect expression of their festivities. Famous dance of Jammu and Kashmir are number one is this one, Kud. Kud is a spiritual dance performed in groups. It is aimed at pleasing the local devtas. It is performed with the instruments like chena, drums, flutes, and narsinga. Then we have another form of dance which is known as heron. This form of dance is performed by women in Jammu and Kashmir. It is a theatrical dance mostly performed during the festival of Lodi. Then we have third form of dance, which is known as Karak. It is a ballad dance from Joki community, with the music played on rabab. Dancers narrate a folk tale through their steps. Then we have one more form of dance, this Jivan, which is known as Bhand Pather. This traditional dance of Kashmir Valley is embarked by the satirical style to demonstrate the evils of the society and other local issues. Then we have another form of dance here, which is known as Bhand Jashan. This is the dance of festivities, accompanied with gentle music. Kashmiri people perform this dance for their entertainment. We have another form of dance here, which is known as this one, Hafiz Nagma. This dance form has one female singer. This dance form has one female singer accompanied with instruments played by male artists. The dancer moves her feet on the musical notes played on santoor, tabla, and Kashmiri saz. We have one more form of dance, which is known as Rauf. This one I have also displayed photos here. This is a traditional dance form in which the dancers performed aesthetically on sad songs. It is performed mostly on the occasion of Ramzan and Eid. Then we have mask dance. This is the dance which is especially related to the Ladakh region. It is mostly performed in the monasteries of Ladakh. In this dance, dancers dress up like mythological figures with colorful masks, and one festival which is known as Hamis festival is the best time to witness this form of dance in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, in the art of living in Jammu and Kashmir, the next subtopic which I will discuss, firstly, the languages of Jammu and Kashmir. In Jammu and Kashmir, there is a strong influence of Indo-Aryan culture. This influence can be witnessed in its languages as well. Kashmiri is the official language of the state. It is based on Dardik, which has the Aryan origin. It constitutes of both Sanskrit and Persian. Many brilliant literary works have also been written in Kashmiri language. Urdu or English come forth as second language in the state along with Dogri, Pashto, Ladakhi, Balti, Pahari, and Gojri. These are the local languages which are spoken here. Then we have different costumes here too. Costumes, if we will talk about costumes in Jammu and Kashmir, they are inspired from the vibrancy of culture and warmth of people in the state. Rich fabrics with beautiful colors blending with their fine textures are integrally used in Kashmiri culture. Fine embroideries and weavings of state are also beautifully exhibited through these dresses. In Kashmir, Farran is the common dress for the people. It is a long dress with buttons on the neck. It falls below the knee length. It is worn by both men and women folk of the state. It is accompanied by a loose pajama worn under it. Farran is adorned by colorful floral motifs and intricate Kashmiri embroidery. A white stole also hangs from the shoulder of the weaver. Women also wears skull caps with this dress. Muslim women have their skull caps decorated with a red color fillet, while for Hindu women, white color uh, is used in the fillet. Headdress called taranga is also worn by Hindus in the valleys, and Muslim women wear kasaba as the headdress. Kashmiri women also possesses love for exquisite jewelry like earrings, bracelets, necklaces, and dejaru, which is a pair of gold pendants having gold strings that passes through the holes in the earlobes. In Ladakh, gonchas are worn by men and sulmas by women. These are accompanied with lots of sparkling ornaments. Pirats of turquoise are most common item of jewelry for Ladakhi women. People in this region also wear embroidered waistcoats, boots, and hats with their velvet gonchas. However, with changing lifestyles, other ethnic ensembles from India like salwar kameez, saris, and churidar suits are also making their headway into the customs of Jammu and Kashmir. Next thing which we will discuss is the handicrafts in Jammu and Kashmir. Along with its cultural diversity, Jammu and Kashmir boasts of varied arts form as well, beautiful motifs and intricate handworks inspired from the natural and cultural beauty of state are depicted in its handcrafts. These handcrafts flourished in this state through the ages. Some of these arts were brought here by the foreign invaders from different parts of the world. With passing of times, these arts developed and today they are synonymous with the culture of Jammu and Kashmir. Main handicrafts of Kashmir are, I have discussed, put here. The first is carpet weaving. Kashmiri carpets are completely hand woven and knotted. They are woven with silk and wool threads with cotton base. This art came to Kashmir from Persia and their designing is still reminiscent of their origin. The second one is Namdaz weaving. These are woolen and cotton floor rugs. They are beautifully adorned with floor designs made from chain stitch embroidery. Then we have here shawl making, very popular in India as well as all of the world. Woolen, Shehtush and Pashmina shawls from Jammu and Kashmir are admired worldwide for their ethnic beauty. Apart from their fabric, the work of Kashmir embroidery over them also differentiates the prices of these shawls. They are decked with fine needlework marked by abstract designs and paisley motifs. Pashmina shawls are alert for their soft textures, while Shatu shawls are loved for their rarity. Then we have fourth one, chain stitch work on crewel uh, furnishings. This is a famous handwork originating from Jammu and Kashmir. Wall hangings, curtains, cushion covers, mats and rugs are beautifully embroidered with chain stitch. Basically, it is done with multicolor threads. Our pre-shrunk white cotton fabric. Then we have one more craft which is known as basketry. Basketry. Due to the high growth of willows in state, basketry is a popular handicraft in Jammu and Kashmir. Willow rushes, this one, are used for making beautiful baskets, lampshades, pen holders, chairs, tables, and et al. Then we have one more handicrafts which is known as copperware and silverware. In Jammu and Kashmir, copper and silverware is integral part of lifestyle. Copper utensils are used in households. Many local artisans residing in bylanes of the state are engaged in manufacturing of samavars, plates, tumblers, bowls, etc. from these metals. They are beautified with floral, asymmetrical, calligraphic and geometric motifs embossed on these utensils. Then one more handicraft which we have here in the state, it's known as tapir making. This is very intricate and popular art in Jammu and Kashmir. They are distinctive due to their bold and rich cultures used in paintings done over the objects made from paper mat. Gold color is predominantly used in their designing, while their glossy surfaces are prepared by varnish. This was all about the handicrafts in Jammu and Kashmir. The next thing which we will discuss is the food of Jammu and Kashmir. All of you must be aware that Jammu and Kashmir is the paradise for the food lovers as well. The state offers rich cuisines loved for their aromatic flavors and fine blend of spices. The food culture of state was highly influenced during the 15th century when chefs from Samarkand migrated to this region. They incorporated the famous Kashmiri Wazwan, this one. It's very famous. I'm sure all of you must be aware, which still attracts foodies from all corners of the world. Apart from this delectable 36-course meal, there are many sumptuous meals that vary with the regions in this state. Kashmiri Pandits have their own unique style of cooking using curd, ginger, and while Muslims mostly use onion, eggs, and garlic in their food. Staple food of the state is rice, and many delicious are prepared from it. Mutton is largely used in non-veg dishes. Firni is the famous dessert here, and there are many types of breads eaten by the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Kashmiri cuisine is also popularly known for its beverages like sheer chai and kava. People of the state are heavy drinkers of these varieties of tea. However, Ladakh region of the state is more inclined towards Tibetan cuisines due to its proximity to the Tibetan culture. Now, the next thing in the art of living in Jammu and Kashmir, which I want to discuss with you, are the festivals of Jammu and Kashmir. In Jammu and Kashmir, several festivals are celebrated. The cultural diversity of Jammu and Kashmir is reflected beautifully in its festivals. These festivals are celebrated with unparalleled zeal and zest by the Kashmiri, Jammu and Kashmir people who wouldn't like to get enthralled with festivities of color marked festivals celebrated in Ladakh, from Hindu, Buddhist and Sikhs to Muslim festivals. All are celebrated here with communal harmony. This makes Jammu and Kashmir a special state. The prominent festivals of Jammu and Kashmir I have put here. The first one is Lohri. Lohri is celebrated with lots of enthusiasm in Jammu region of the state. People dress up in colorful attires and dance to enjoy their celebrations. The second festival is Shivratri. It is also called Harat by Kashmiri Pandits. It is celebrated on 13th day of Falguna month that falls in February March. It is one day ahead of their celebration done by other Hindus across the country. They perform tantric rituals involving day fasting to celebrate Harat. They feast on the next day while whole of the country is fasting on the occasion of Shivratri. Then we have one more festival. It is known as Khet Simavas. This is very ancient tradition followed by Kashmiri Pandits since ages. It falls on the last day of dark fortnight in the month of December, January, that is Poh. On this festival, khichdi is offered as prasad to Kubera along with chanting of Nevadya mantras. We have one more, fourth one. It is Jeth Atham. It falls on the 8th day of a bright fortnight in the Jeth month in May, June. On this day, a huge festival is organized at Tulamula for goddess Kheer Bhavani. Devotees pray at the sacred spring with earthen lanterns and chant mantras to praise goddess. Then we have fifth festival. It's known as Navr. This festival marks the beginning of new year for Kashmiri Pandits. It falls in Chaitra month, that is March April. On this day, things like rice, bread, yogurt, sugar, candy, salts, almonds, silver coin, mirror, then we have flowers, pen and panchang are put on the platter to be seen as the first thing on the following morning. Then we have one more festival which is known as Tiki Soram. This festival is celebrated by Tikku Kalan belonging to Kashmiri Pandits. Goddess Tripura Sindri is worshipped as per tantric rituals on this festival. Then we have a Gad Bath. This festival literally means fish and rice. It involves offering sacrificial foods prepared from fish being served to Ghar Devta, which is guardian of the house. Then we have a Navratra. This is one of the most significant festivals in the state. It is marked by 9 days long festivities. Many people keep fast on these 9 days and pray to goddess. People from all parts of the country visits Mata Vaishno Devi shrine to celebrate this festival. Then we have this 9th one, Pura Mandal Mela. This fair is organized in February-March to celebrate the wedding of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. On this occasion, lots of devotees pay visit to holy temples of Pir Kho, Ranbir and Panch Bhaktar. Then we have one more festival, Chet Chodasa Mela. It is held in Uttar Bahani of Jammu region. This fair falls in the month of Chaitra and is celebrated on 14th bright day of this month. We have several more festivals like Eid-ul Fitr. It marks the end of the auspicious month of Ramadan. On this festival, Muslims dress up with beautiful attires and feast with lot of delicious foods. Then we have here Urs celebrations. Jammu and Kashmir is the land of the Sufis who are enshrined at their pious dargahs. Every year, Urs celebrations are held at these dargahs. They are attended by the hordes of devotees and marked by the Sufi music. We celebrate here Baisakhi. It marks the beginning of the harvest season. It is celebrated in some parts of the Jammu region due to the Punjabi influence over the people. Devotees took holy dip in the holy springs. Kirtans and langars are held in gurdwaras. Then we have Hamis festival. It is most popular monastic festival celebrated in Ladakh region. It is celebrated in June, July in Hamis monastery. It is a dedication to Guru Padma Sabhav. Then we have Phayang festival. Every year this festival is celebrated in Phayang monastery of Ladakh. It is marked by display of traditional thangka. Then we have Ladakh Harvest Festival. It is celebrated from 1st to 15th of September every year. Many festivals take place on the streets of Ladakh during these 15 days. Then we have Taktok Festival. It is celebrated after Phayang Festival. It takes place for 10 days during summer season at Taktok Gomfa in Ladakh. We have one more festival, Matho Nangrang festival. It is celebrated at Matho Gampa. This monastery belonging to the Sakya sect of Buddhism is flooded with tourists during this 2 day festival. Like any other Ladakhi festival, it is also known for colorful mask dances by the monks. Then the last one is Saka Dawa festival. It is the most auspicious festival for the Buddhists in Ladakh Valley. It is believed that on this full moon day itself, Lord Buddha was born and attained nirvana. Lamas from all monasteries change their flagpole situated in Kailash Puram mountain of this day. Apart from these festivals, there are many other such celebrations taking place in different parts of Jammu and Kashmir all through the year, along with other cultural heritages and traditions. They beautifully define the culture and art of living of the people in this state. Uh, that was all from my side today. I hope you may have got some new things which hitherto you were not knowing. I am lastly I am very thankful to the organizers of this online program Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat Club for organizing, and I am also thankful to all the listeners of this program who gave their patient hearing for about 1 hour, and in the end I am thankful to the organizers of this program that they gave me an opportunity to express my views and tell you about something about the art of living and the culture of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. I am thankful to all. Thank you. Goodbye.